Hey guys, Driz here, and I'm here with a tutorial about tile entities as well as a couple other things. I'm going to show you how to call tags, and there's going to be a couple things in here. This machine doesn't really do a whole lot. It's more or less just to show you the possibilities, I guess, of what you can do with the tile entity. So we'll start with how you register one. You register it the same way you register everything else. You have a registry event here. You're registering your tile entity type. And here, this is your actual tile, your tile class. And here is your actual tile block. And you're setting your registry name here, and you're building it just like you would every other tile entity. You can pretty much just copy this and make multiples of these. This is really all you need for registering your tile entities. It's done the exact same way MC Jetty does his because I watched this video, obviously. I do things a little bit different. So one more thing you need to do is make sure that you have your entity type created, or I guess called essentially, or initiated. I don't really know what word it is. Either way, this is how you should do it. You should have an object holder that has your actual block in it. So this is your block, and here you have your tile entity type, and this is your crucible tile, the tile file here, and this is the name of your type. And I call it in here because it's important that you not have any variables here in your tile entity. It makes it a lot easier. So what I did, just to kind of show you a couple of things. Number one is I made it so that it would have fuel, and I made it so that it would have a temperature for that fuel. So the fuel comes external. It does not go inside the block. The block itself just identifies that there's a fuel block source nearby, and then it essentially just turns itself on, which is really all it does right now. So I have the fuel temp being called. This is how you get the fuel temp. And here is how it's set. So the temperature is set using tags. So what I did is I called world and I called the block state, and then I called the block out of that. And then using the block, I am checking to see if it is in the tag machine tags blocks low heat source. So right now I only have one. It is a medium heat source. The others don't exist, but having all of this written out right now means that if I want to add stuff in the future, then all I'm doing is just adding a tag and adding an item to a tag, which is super easy. And then I can add as many as I want, and then other people can also add their own items from their mods to my tags. That way, if let's say Modder Bill wants to make a new form of lava that is more hot than actual lava, so lava would be a medium heat source, then his lava block, he would just have to tag it as medium high or high heat source, and then it would give it this temperature when my block is above it. So that's really all it does, and otherwise it just says no. It doesn't work. It has no temperatures, and if it has no temperature, then it returns false. And here's the tick that sets the fuel, and that tells you that it has fuel. And you need, this is what I was having issues with previously in my stream. You need to have a read and write component to this, and that's to have your int, your fuel temp, and your fuel saved as MBT. But even if you don't have these, you still have to have it empty, so you still should just have this, just like that, regardless of if you have anything in there actually. So even if your entity doesn't do anything, you should still have those things. Otherwise, you just need a block. This is the only other thing that you need is to make your own block, just like you do in my other videos. And make sure that your block is overriding has tile entity and that you return true. And that when you're creating the tile entity, when you place it, you're placing crucible tile. with no variable in it. And that's really all there is to it. So in this video, I showed you how to use tags and how to register a TileEntity. The TileEntity is done the exact same way MCJ does in his video. The only difference between his and mine is that I'm not using a capability right now. I will in the future, and I will be adding more videos about TileEntities in the future. But for now, I just wanted to get a simple explanation as to how to register them, how they work. This actually does work. I'm going to show you in a quick sec. And I also wanted to show you guys how to call tags. So I'm going to show you guys in game. So as you can see, the block places here on the side, and if I go back to my IDE here, as you can see at the bottom, it doesn't show anything, so clearly it has no fuel. And if I break this block and I place it over and I hide this, oh whoops. As you can see, it does have fuel now. As it's telling us over and over again, it has fuel. I'm gonna break that block. And that's pretty much it. So we know it works. We know everything's good to go when it comes to that. So if you have any questions, any concerns, you want any more advice on how to do this kind of stuff, you're more than welcome to come ask. I do support a modding community. It's in the bottom in the channel. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. In addition, my mods are called Foam Dome and Grass World. If you take a look at those, if you're interested, subscribe and follow, all of that good stuff. Everything's in the description, and I hope you guys have a good day.